There are numerous reasons why a structure or building must be demolished. It can be a safety hazard that needs to be demolished, or it can be a hazard that needs to be eliminated to make way for new buildings on the same site. However, things can go tragically wrong at times. Number 11. Ohio Edison Mad River Power Plant, Springfield. This power plant opened in 1927, supplied one-third of the town's power demands. It was closed in 1981 due to pollution concerns and dismantled in 2010. They failed to correctly cut the rebar on the back of the stack due to an oversight, utilized more explosives than usual, and employed delayed detonators. This combined to generate instability, causing it to fall in the opposite direction intended, destroying two operating turbines and power lines, leaving over 4,000 houses without power and causing over $19 million in damage. Number 10. St. Petersburg Sports and Concert Complex, St. Petersburg, Russia. A structure of this magnitude necessitates comprehensive surveys to determine where the weight is sustained. Precision cuts were made to ensure that the building collapsed safely. Workers were eliminating connections between the stadium wall and the chamber when it abruptly collapsed, trapping them inside and on top of the building. During the collapse, one person died and several others were injured. Number 9. Turkish Flour Factory, Kankuri. This 82-foot-tall structure was built in 1929, and there were no comprehensive records of how it was constructed. Explosives were set off, however, one side of the building collapsed faster than the other, causing it to tilt over, come down on one side, and flip onto the roof upside down, with a majority of the structure remaining intact. Number 8. Crimean Residential Building, Sevastopol, Ukraine. Land was required to construct industrial facilities in the Crimean Peninsula's major metropolis. The explosives detonated in this case, smoke billowed out, and it remained standing at an angle. The demolition company used less explosives than usual to avoid damage to surrounding structures, but had to return a few weeks later to finish the job. Number 7. Dalhousie Generating Station, New Brunswick, Canada. The facade of the structure was destroyed by explosions, yet the smokestack barely plummeted 13 feet and landed in place. To complete the project, the demolition company had to conduct a completely new survey as well as a second destruction later that month. Number 6. Danish Silo, Vordingborg, Denmark. People watched as the silo plummeted in the opposite direction, smashing a local cultural center after explosives were set around the base of the silo and a massive wedge was cut out to regulate the direction in which it would fall. Nobody was hurt. Number 5. Leaning Tower of Dallas, Texas. The office tower burst and fell, but the elevator shaft was made of stronger materials. It began to fall, but stayed standing and leaning over until it was destroyed a few days later by a wrecking ball. Number 4. Liverpool Apartments, Liverpool, United Kingdom. These structures were built to last. Neither building moved after the initial bomb attempt. On the second day, one structure was demolished while the other remained standing. The third attempt took down a fifth of the remaining building, but it had to be taken down floor by floor with ropes and cranes. Number 3. Chinese Residential Building, Lizhou, China. Explosives were put around the base of this structure in order for it to split in two and collapse apart. Due to miscalculations, there were insufficient explosives, leading one side to tumble to the ground while the other remained upright but leaning. It took a week for a crane to disassemble the last half. Number 2. Anglesea Power Station, Victoria, Australia. This demolition went down without a hitch, although the planning was insufficient because the demolition company was unaware that the structure contained asbestos. They destroyed it, releasing dangerous chemicals into the air. Number 1. Toxic Smokestack, Chicago. Crawford Power Plant was demolished as planned at the start of COVID-19 pandemic. But the demolition contractors failed to account for the amount of dust and debris that would be thrown into the air. People could scarcely see their hands in front of their faces since the surrounding neighborhoods were completely shrouded in clouds of smoke. The clouds of smoke contained asbestos and other harmful compounds to the neighboring populace. All of these cases teach one crucial lesson. If people don't do things correctly the first time, it might take a long time to remedy the faults. In these circumstances, it might take days, weeks, or even months to remedy the mistakes, as well as a lot of money and frustration. And with that being said, it's time to end end our video. Which of these demolitions did you find interesting? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.